This is what was expected in terms of the decision, but the focus very much on the path ahead. And Lizzy, you bang on to focus on this language around the restrictiveness of policy. They're saying that it's becoming meaningfully less restrictive. So they've not quite dropped the language. If they had dropped it, it would have suggested an end perhaps to cuts. Maybe this suggests a pause to cuts. And it's not quite keeping it fully, which would have suggested that you'd have another cut in April. So keeping their options open because there is just so much uncertainty, both on the tariff front and on the fiscal front. Friedrich Merz has pledged to do whatever it takes when it comes to defence and infrastructure spending. You've talked about the massive impact on the bond market, and I'm sure that that's going to come up in the press conference with Christine Lagarde. How much is the ECB going to do to support all that spending? And what if you see these spreads widening to the point that actually you do need the ECB to step in with the transmission protection instrument?
In the ECB's words, uncertainty is rising, and Ollie, some of that uncertainty comes from where you are on the fiscal front.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I mean, I think it'll be very interesting to see what Christine Lagarde has got to say in the press conference. You know she's going to get pressed on this. I mean, if we're talking about the Germans basically pumping €1 trillion into the economy over the next few years through sort of infrastructure and defense spending, that is going to obviously have material effects on a number of different things, not just borrowing costs, but, you know, heating up the economy. What will it do to inflation? I mean, we talk about the labor market. I interview a lot of CEOs from the defense space. There's a sort of real lack of skilled labor in order to, if you want to actually build out all of these developments. There's some of them are taking full teams from the auto sector, which is in a cyclical downturn, going into defense. I mean, this has really the potential to really rewire the European economy in a major way. And again, we'll get in a few hours' time now the sort of fruits of the discussions here. How many hundreds of more billions are going to be unlocked at the EU level to be sort of pumped into the economy, to say nothing of the fact that if they do actually loosen those fiscal rules at the member state level, that's going to have big national consequences as well.